This cargo ship just shaved 12 days off its journey by cutting through the melting Arctic. A shortcut that didn't exist just a few decades ago is now redrawing the global trade map. What if climate change didn't just melt ice, but unlocked a new shipping lane that could shift the balance of global power? Let me first take you inside the Arctic's dramatic transformation, because what's melting isn't just ice. The Arctic is warming nearly 4 times faster than the rest of the planet. Every decade, it's losing over 13% of its sea ice. By 2035, scientists warn we could see completely ice-free summers. But with that loss comes a gain, at least for global shipping. For the first time in history, cargo ships can now cut directly across the top of the world. What was once a frozen wall is becoming a trade highway. Up next, let's take a look at the icy highway Russia is betting big on. The Northern Sea Route, or NSR, runs along Russia's northern coast, connecting Asia to Europe. It can cut shipping times by up to 40%. A 30-day trip from China to Europe, now just 18 days. That means less fuel, lower costs, and faster deliveries. In 2013, just 1.5 million tons of cargo used the route. By 2023, that number had more than tripled. Russia now operates the world's only fleet of nuclear-powered icebreakers and has built over 30 Arctic ports to support it. But the NSR is only one part of the Arctic equation. Now we step into Greenland's shadow, where global powers are quietly making moves. There's another route emerging, and it's even more direct. It's called the Transpolar route, a straight shot across the top of the Earth. Unlike the NSR, this path cuts through the central Arctic Ocean, bypassing most national coastlines. As the ice continues to melt, the Transpolar route could become the shortest link between Asia and Europe, with no need for Russian waters or escort fees. This is where Greenland becomes a strategic hotspot. The US maintains a key military airbase at Thule, while China has tried to invest in Greenland's infrastructure and rare earth mining. Those attempts have raised alarms in Washington and underlined Greenland's growing importance in global geopolitics. The Arctic is no longer just a climate story, it's a chessboard. But here's the problem. The shortcut we're celebrating might be melting the planet faster, but this shortcut comes at a steep cost. The NSR, out in the Transpolar route, only exists because of global warming. Worse, Arctic shipping makes warming worse. Ships emit black carbon, which settles on ice, darkens it, and accelerates melting. And if something goes wrong, there's no Coast Guard around the corner. The Arctic is dangerously under-equipped. No rescue hubs, limited satellite coverage, and multi-day delays in emergencies. So here's the dilemma. Should we embrace efficiency if it deepens the crisis? Now let's zoom in on the chess game playing out at the top of the world. Russia views the Arctic as a strategic frontier. They charge fees, deploy troops, and treat the NSR as a sovereign asset. China is testing Arctic routes under its Polar Silk Road strategy. Meanwhile, the US and NATO are increasing surveillance and deployments. Because what's melting here isn't just ice. It's old assumptions about borders, control, and power. Here's where it all comes together. The Arctic's shift could redraw the map for good. If the Northern Sea route stabilizes and the Transpolar route becomes viable, we may see a new era of Arctic globalization. This isn't just about saving fuel. It could reshape port economies, shift trade lanes, and upend choke points like the Suez and Panama Canals. Because what's melting in the Arctic is the global map itself. If this changes how you think about trade or power, share it. And if you want to follow how the world really moves, subscribe.